Babies, you like to another video with your boy Alex. We're back again with another clip. One-on-one consultations will be in the description and pinned in the first comment. Also, the one-on-one Discord server is open. Anybody want to join? It's for the public. Today's topic is you have to demand success. You cannot wish for it. So from the very beginning, bro, of your existence, right? Odds will be stacked against you. You know, everything will not go in your favor, and most things will not go in your favor. If you want to become anything worth having, if you want to become anyone, you have to take the necessary steps. You have to surround yourself around people that are like-minded, that are on the same path you are. Because what tends to happen is people dream of becoming something as children, as kids, or whatever. Oh, I want to be this, I want to be that. But what tends to happen is along the lines, you start to realize that you don't want it as bad as you thought you wanted it. Or more commonly, you're not willing to put in the work. You're not willing to take out the time and take out the effort. And life really ultimately gets in the way of that. You may get into a situation where you have children, or you're with someone and you're trying to be a certain person for your partner that they're not being for you, and you get caught into you get caught in limbo. You get caught into a whirlwind, and time passes you by. Day in, day out, days turn to weeks, weeks turn to months, months turn to years. And you look back at your life and then wonder where all of the time go, all of this time you procrastinated, and what you wanted to do goes further and further out of reach, right? And you just eventually get discouraged. See what I'm saying? Procrastination is really something, because it's so easy to get caught in that loop. You're so worried about starting now, or you're so worried about the perfect startup, the perfect way. You get caught in analysis paralysis, and you just feel like, and I was like this too, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Like, I've been doing YouTube probably like a good 3-4 years now, right? It don't seem like that long. You understand what I'm saying? Time waits for nobody. And you sit there and be like, man, it's gonna be a long journey. I don't want to wait, I want it instantly. But nothing comes instantly. You know that in your heart of hearts. You know that nothing worth having comes instantly. It takes time. It takes a long time most of the time, right? But day one or one day, you got to ask yourself, you got to pick one. Day one or one day. Start now. And I'm telling you, that time goes faster than you think. It might feel slow in the beginning, but if it's something that you truly love and truly want to do, it's not going to feel like work, bro. I promise you. Even if you are working harder than you did before you started, it's not going to feel like work. It's just going to feel like you are crafting and just constantly working out the kinks, building your empire, right? And that's worth it for anybody. And the time, if you let that procrastination take a hold, and you let not having the perfect setup, or you not having a certain equipment hold you back, that's going to be your downfall, bro. It's going to be a downfall. You can tell somebody, you can give somebody that push, that jump start, and it's like, if it's not for you, it's not for you. But if this is something you think you could take seriously, start, man. What's stop you? Start now. You'll be glad you did, right? It doesn't matter how anybody perceives your first few videos. It doesn't matter if they were trash. This is not about, you're laying foundation. This is not about getting ahead. This is not about being the best YouTuber. This is not about being the best or whatever. This is about building the repetition up. You have to have the reps the repetition, you have to have the time, you have to have the knowledge, you have to do the work, you have to have the grind. You have to do all of this before you can even start thinking about, okay, I can do this, or I can turn this into something that I want to do. You got to make sure it's something you want to do before you even start, adding on things. You know, I bought a few things here and there, but ultimately I felt like I needed certain things to start, which is not true. Not everybody's situation and everybody's case is going to be the same. I started with one monitor. I got two now. I started with a MacBook. I got a computer now, right? I had a PS4. I got a PS5 now. I had a different mic than this. Upgraded my mic. And these are things you can do in the process. You don't have to have these things starting off, right? Because really what YouTube is you getting yourself out there, you making that leap, that jump. That's the hardest part. Starting is the hardest. And then you just figure out everything else as you go. That's the name of the game. Starting is the hardest part. Once you start it and then you get the swing of things, then that's when you can start, oh man, now let me learn how to edit better. Let me learn how to make thumbnails better. Let me learn my SEO. Let me start reaching out to other people and collaborate with them. You see what I'm saying? These are all things that you can learn along the way. You see what I'm saying? Things that don't necessarily have to be done to perfection in the beginning. And all of the camera I got, I didn't need a quality camera like this. I mean, it wasn't the most expensive thing, but it wasn't the cheapest either. And if you already got things lying around, you can use that until you build up the cash flow or have the budget to get other things. And especially after you realize that this is something I want to do. Right, I switched my niche 2 years in. I wasn't making no progress on my gaming. I'm not even gonna lie to you. And a lot of people, that would have discouraged them. Not me, bro. Because I felt like YouTube, I feel like YouTube is where I need to be. This is something, and even if it took me longer, if it took me 4 or 6 years, I still feel like this is something that's going to ultimately be lucrative and successful. I'm going to be able to be the inspiration. I can inspire somebody. You know what I'm saying? Eventually. So I unlisted all of my gaming videos, and I'm just gonna make a separate channel for my gaming. Right? I got 94 videos, 94 gaming videos, and I maybe had 100 subscribers during that whole time. Now, if you go, you'll see when I repost my videos, but my thumbnails and stuff weren't the greatest. I was just learning thumbnails and stuff. My thumbnails have gotten a lot better. I do everything myself. I don't outsource anything. Everything I do myself. Once I changed my niche, it got a lot better. So what I'm going to do is, instead of trying to put everything into one, you just make separate channels for certain topics. So here soon, we're going to have a vlogging car vlogging channel, right? /vlogging channel, where I have some POV of me, purchasing or driving, but we're gonna have that. And then I'm gonna have a finance channel where I go more into how to work your credit and build your credit up. See what I'm saying? But these are all things that are works in progress, but you can never get to this part if you never start. Bars. You can never get to the part where you can add on things unless you start your process or your progress now. Start now. There's no reason to wait. You can't think about what anybody great didn't care about what anybody thought about them. Taking constructive feedback, taking constructive criticism and constructive feedback, that's one thing. But if you're just worried about, if you see somebody's comment and they're just hating on what you're doing and they just, anything they say is negative, don't even act like it's not even there. Block them, erase the comment, whatever you got to do. But it's gonna happen. It's inevitable. That is a part of the process. But I'm telling you, you're gonna have haters on the way, because they, are too cowardice to be in a position you are in. They actually admire you, but they don't want to admit that, and they can never do what you do. So that's why their admiration comes out as jealousy or envy. instead of just asking you for help. I don't understand what that's about. But, I don't know. But I do know one thing though. Make sure to dot your I's across your T's. And don't wait. Don't wait for no man. Because time waits for no man. Start now. You'll be glad you did. It's your boy Alex. Catch y'all in the next one.